All right. Well, let's try this again. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. I know life is busy and, there's probably lots and lots of things you could be doing, but I appreciate you spending this hour-ish with me. I like doing online classes occasionally because it just allows people who aren't able to make it to a class in person a chance to learn in the same way that one would in person. The only difference is there's no such thing as smell-o-vision yet. So that's the only thing that is missing, is the actual experiencing of the oils. But I think that you're going to get a lot out of this webinar. On that note, I would encourage you to grab like a pen and some paper if you feel like you might want to take some notes, because there is a lot of content, and you might want to make some notes. I know I'm a note taker, so I always suggest that. However, I am recording this, so I'll be sending it out. So if you don't take notes, you can just watch it again. So in the class today, we're gonna talk about ways to move away from the synthetic options we become really accustomed to using. And I'm talking personal care, cleaning products, over-the-counter medicines, all of the stuff that are coming to light, that are more and more harmful for our bodies and our environment. So moving away from that and moving towards more natural options that our bodies really crave. Our body is this amazing being, and when you throw in a bunch of junk that it doesn't recognize, it may still function, but it doesn't do as well as it could. And so the idea here is to leave you with some information so that you can confidently take the next step towards, becoming a bit more in tune and a bit more aware of, what's going on and what's going in and on your body. There we go. So just to review, we're going to be talking about what it means to live a natural, empowered, and really connected lifestyle using some key tools. And when I say connected, I kind of mean connected to our bodies, connected to our intuition, and reconnected with, the signals our body is giving us all the time. We're going to talk about what essential oils are, why sourcing is so important, how and why doTERRA has become a world leader with over 6 million users in 10 years, and how to use the top 10 foundation oils safely and with confidence. I call them the foundation oils because I really believe with these 10 oils, you've got a base to build on. And these 10 oils will help you tackle pretty much, I would say 80 to 90% of the stuff that comes up on a day-to-day basis. And so I like to focus on these because it's a really good starting off point. And these oils are all super versatile in their own right. Before we get started, I would love you to take a minute or two and just think about what areas of your health you're wanting to make an impact in first. The cool thing about this journey is it's just that. It's a journey. It's not like you can just flip a switch and completely change everything. And you may not even want to do that. But what you might find, and what I've found in my experience, is when you start to make changes in one area and create these habits and shifts, the trickle down effect is inevitable. And all of a sudden you're going to see, without even really noticing it, all the other areas of your life that are improved because of just this one that you focused on. It's really cool. I just love it. It's so exciting. So yeah, take a minute and jot down a note or two. And feel free to share if you are so inclined. I'm going to make sure I can see the chat box just in case I decide to mute myself again. So silly. Okay, where's the chat box? Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So some things that I believe, just to give you an idea of where I'm coming from. I really believe most people really have no idea how great they should feel. We walk around with so much on our shoulders. We are stressed out. We are sick. We're experiencing more and more chronic illness and pain, emotional discomfort, for lack of a better word. Depression is now the #1 cause of disability in the US, above heart disease, above diabetes. That's pretty shocking. And we've just kind of come to find this as normal. I don't know how many times I've heard, oh, I have to deal with it. I just have to learn to live with it. And that's not always the case. Obviously there's exceptions, but I really believe that everybody is meant to and deserves to feel great. I believe there is a time and place for modern medicine. One of the reasons I got into this whole space was because of my kids. And in my second pregnancy, 32 weeks-ish, I started to develop a pretty serious pregnancy complication, and me and my son both would have lost our lives if it wasn't for modern medicine. So obviously, I'm super grateful for it, and I think it's amazing that we have the option. I just feel like we rely on it a bit too heavily, and the model is built around treating you when you're sick, not helping you stay healthy, which I think is more where we come in, where we can empower ourselves. I believe the body was designed to heal itself, and it for sure will when we get out of our own way. And the body's amazing, and it wants to heal itself. So if we start feeding it and nurturing it with a lot more natural stuff, I think you will find that that happens. And you experience less disease, and everything starts to hum. It's awesome. I kind of liken it to a vacuum that has a full bag. It still works, sort of. It still sucks. It just doesn't work as well as it should. So a little bit about me. I mean, I mentioned briefly sort of why I got into this whole thing. I was pregnant. I was simultaneously really searching for tangible ways to reduce the toxic load in my house because of the kids and, myself. I had been for years buying like the green or natural products, but I had this idea, I had this feeling that there was more to it than just grabbing something off the shelf. I didn't quite buy it, you know what I mean? And I was also simultaneously looking for tools to add to my arsenal to really nourish my health, my self-care, because I didn't do that so well when my daughter was born. And so I knew with my son and having 2 small kids, 2 and a premature baby, I was going to need all the help I could get. And the oils kept coming up, and they became both of those things and so much more. And I'm so very grateful. I didn't even introduce myself. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Morgan DeGroot. I'm the founder of The Wealth Life. I'm based in Victoria, and I do this doTERRA thing full time, and I just love it, love it, love it. Freedom, and I get to talk about health and wellness all the time, which is totally my jam. And I get to be there for my kids and help teach them a different way to care for themselves. So let's get into it. Let's talk oils. So what are they anyways? Does anybody know? If you are familiar, if you've had any experience, pop a note in the chat just so I can get an idea of kind of where everybody's at. But oils, essential oils are naturally occurring volatile aromatic compounds that are found in the seeds, bark, stems, roots, flowers, and other parts of plants. And basically they're extracted using, with steam distillation, they're using pressure and water and heat and steam to extract those essential oils from the material. In the case of citrus, they use something called cold pressing, which is kind of like, imagine a giant zester of sorts that kind of agitates the citrus and pops those little bubbles that you can see on the rind. That's where the essential oils are kept. You know, they're all around us. When you walk into a forest and you are immediately hit with all of those amazing smells, or when you smell a rose, or, you know, when you squeeze that lemon into your water, you get that burst of amazing smell. Those are the essential oils kind of showing up. And they do in our bodies similar actions to what they do in plants. In the plants, they help them repel pests and attract pollinators, and they keep them healthy and help them heal. And they're really the lifeblood of the plants. And on a biological level, we're very much very, very similar. So they kind of do the same in us. Why doTERRA and what makes doTERRA different? Now, this is something I love talking about because it is one of the things that really drew me to this company, is what they're all about at their core. I mean, you can buy oils all over the place, in your health food store, at the grocery store. But make no mistake, there's a very big difference between a lot of the oils out there and doTERRA's oils. I venture to say all of the oils out there, but I'll say most. So doTERRA really stands out in a few areas. Global sourcing is one that really strikes a chord with me. Co-impact sourcing and the Healing Hands Foundation, their testing and their certified pure therapeutic grade standard. And then the executives, which make a massive impact on the stability and sustainability of the company in itself. So sourcing, doTERRA utilizes a global sourcing model and a global botanical network. So they comb the planet for botanicals, where they find them where they grow and thrive naturally. So in a place where the climate is perfect and the precipitation is just right and the soil type is spot on, and they create relationships with the growers and distillers on the ground. So they don't go into a place that has superior lavender, for example, and buy up a bunch of land and farm their own lavender. What they do is they find those farmers. Most often they're small scale, like 5 acres or less, and they get them all together. They get all the growers, all the distillers together who live in that area, and they build a relationship. They find out what their struggles are, what their needs are, and they work with them to kind of lift up the whole industry. They teach them sustainability practices. They teach them and provide new equipment and tools to increase efficiency, watering systems, and more than that, they give them power. They give them back their power. They pay 5 times above fair trade price to ensure that these people are taken care of. They're also paid all year round rather than just at harvest time, which really puts a lot of stress on those families. And a lot of these families and a lot of these places are developing nations and straight up poverty stricken. You know, there's been lots and lots of stories coming out of the countries where doTERRA has been involved, where families have been impacted in ways that it's really hard for us to imagine, sitting in our cozy homes on our laptops right now. But, you know, I always like to say, when you buy a bottle of doTERRA oils, the ripple effect can be felt globally. And I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but it is more than true. And it's one of the things that really speaks to my heart. Source to You is a really amazing website. I encourage you to go check it out and poke around, because it covers their main tenants. So the growers, distillers, scientists, the practitioners, and they've got this awesome feature where you can look up the third-party GCMS testing report for a specific oil. So you look, there's a batch code on the bottom of each bottle, and you type that in, and you're able to look up the testing report so you can see what's what. You may not be able to read it unless you're like an organic chemist, but the fact that it's there speaks volumes of the transparency of doTERRA. So this is an idea. This just gives you an idea of the depth of their sourcing. It literally is global, all over the world, from Somalia to Madagascar to Australia and Brazil, Russia, Bulgaria, and they treat all of these partners with the utmost respect. And because of the way that they do business, they've developed a network of almost 90% exclusivity, which means about 90% of the oils that doTERRA sources are exclusive to doTERRA. Those people growing those botanicals and distilling the oils will sell to nobody else, which again speaks volumes as to the relationships that they're developing. They've done amazing things in places like Somalia with their co-impact sourcing, where they have built schools. And in that part of the world, it's not common for women and girls to be educated. But doTERRA built this school, and one of the stipulations for them building the school was that they had to allow the elders of the village, of the area, had to allow women and girls to be educated as well. So now there's 50% men and women at this school. So you can see, you know, for generations to come, that's going to leave a lasting impact. Building hospitals, building mobile medical clinics in very rural areas, bringing water, rebuilding Nepal after their horrible earthquakes, rebuilding Haiti after their, the hurricanes that they've suffered through over the past, 5 or 6 years. So co-impact sourcing is a massive part of how doTERRA does business. And it's a really big part of, them working with these people, is finding out what they need to make life better for them. Here you see the woman carrying some vetiver. The woman in the middle is Nepalese, and on the right, those are petitgrain farmers in Paraguay. So yeah, the relationship is built to stimulate the economy and really lift up these people. Quality testing is another thing. They go above and beyond. So the CPTG, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade Quality Protocol, includes all of those tests above and beyond just the standard tests that are kind of industry standard. CPTG is a standard that doTERRA has set for themselves because there was a massive gap in quality in the industry, and they wanted to hold themselves to a standard that was above anything that was available to date. And it's not just any one thing. They're looking for contaminants, adulterates, synthetics. They're looking for chemical purity and potency. So it's got to be pure, potent, high quality for doTERRA to consider using it. All of the tests have to be 100% as expected. There's no margin for error. You know, unlike organic certification, there is a margin for error. Sometimes it's as low as 70% before you can slap an organic label on it. You know, with doTERRA oils, I would consider them better than organic because there is zero margin for error. So Healing Hands, I talked about a little bit of their impact with the co-impact sourcing. The money for those projects, those community projects, the water, the hospitals, the schools, comes from Healing Hands. And what that is doTERRA's nonprofit. doTERRA pays all of the administration costs so that 100% of the donations that Healing Hands receives can go on the ground to co-impact sourcing projects, corporate partners, like Days for Girls and Operation Underground Railroad, Mentors International, which gives out microloans, and then Wellness Advocate Partner Projects, and they do things like send hygiene kits for you know, the California wildfires, and they're doing a lot. They are doing tons of amazing work, and it's us, it's wellness advocates, it's customers that are donating this money. There are a few products that doTERRA sells where that 100% of the proceeds of those products go to Healing Hands, but beyond that, it's us. And that's so amazing. This is the ripple effect I was talking about. Whenever you go to a doTERRA event, or whenever you purchase a product like the Hope Blend, 100% of the proceeds go to Operation Underground Railroad, for example, which is an organization that is trying to abolish child trafficking. They rescue children from slavery. They capture the criminals. They do aftercare as well, and counseling, and it's a really beautiful organization that I'm so proud that doTERRA is a part of. So how do I use oils? So there's 3 methods that you can use them. The first one is aromatic, and that is, I don't know if you can see behind me, I have a diffuser going. So this is aromatic. I am inhaling and receiving the therapeutic benefits of the essential oils through, you know, my breathing in, absorbing into my bloodstream through my mucous membranes. The limbic area of my brain is being affected as well. Through our nose is the only way that we can actually directly interact with that area of our brain. The rest of the stuff that happens there is totally subconscious. We have no control over it. So that's why aromatic use is so amazing for mood, air cleansing, respiratory issues, you know, just shifting the vibe in your home. The other way you can use it aromatically, simply just smelling it from the bottle, taking a deep inhale, or you can put a drop in the palm of your hand, rub it together, and just deeply inhale a few times. That was peppermint, and it's like instant happy energy, super clear and light feeling. I'll talk a bit more about the peppermint's properties and benefits a little bit later on. Topical, this is a really popular way to use the oils, applying the oils to your feet so that they absorb into your bloodstream through this, you know, through the skin on your feet. Massaging the oils into sore muscles or achy joints, massaging onto your temples if you have a headache, if you have skin irritation or a rash or a burn. Those are all ways that you can use the oils topically. Really effective, super simple. Can't help but continue to smell the peppermint. yeah, really easy, really effective way to use the oils. And I would say with aromatic is probably like the second most popular way to use them. And thirdly, with doTERRA oils only would I feel comfortable doing this myself and recommending it. But internal usage, these oils are so pure and so high quality that it is more than safe to ingest them. So whether you're adding a little bit of lemon to your morning glass of water in place of fresh lemon, or whether or not you're trying to support your body through a cold or support your immune system or deal with something like seasonal allergies, taking the oils internally is a really fast and super effective way to get a whole body effect. And I'll talk a little bit more about that throughout the presentation. So there's a few things that you have to be mindful with when you're using oils, mindful of when you're using oils. Keep in mind they're very, very safe and they're gentle and there's no side effects, but there's still things you have to be aware of. You definitely want to keep them out of your eyes, your ears, your nose. You know, if you had an earache, for example, you wouldn't want to put any oils directly in your ear. And you want to, when using them topically, dilute with a plant-based oil, like a fractionated coconut oil or regular coconut oil or something like jojoba or grapeseed, and not water, because the point of using a carrier oil to dilute the oils is that it kind of moderates the speed at which the oil absorbs into your skin. It protects from skin sensitivity. And, you know, it helps the oils go farther. You know, 1 or 2 drops is usually plenty, but say you were giving your partner a back massage. If you put 2 drops of oil and tried to massage that all over their back, it wouldn't go very far. It would flash off. It just wouldn't go very far. But add, you know, a couple teaspoons of this fractionated coconut oil, and there you've got oil coverage beautifully. But again, skin sensitivity is a primary safety concern. The other thing that's very important at this time of year especially is that citrus oils are photosensitive. And what that means is if you were to put orange oil on your skin and then go out in the sun, you'd be more likely to get a sunburn because it increases the sensitivity of your skin to the sun. So citrus oils need to be used in areas that are under your skin or like at night, for example, when you're not going to be out in the sun. Yeah, so dilution, there's a little dilution chart there. For adults, you know, definitely you want to, if you're using the oils on kids, use half the adult ratio. And then for a small baby, oils are still totally safe. You want to dilute them more heavily, like maybe only one drop in a 10 ml roller ball, 1 or 2 drops, and use a more gentle oil like lavender or frankincense rather than something super stimulating like peppermint. So I love this picture and sort of hate it as well, because that was me after I got peppermint in my eye. And so this is just a reminder of what not to do. I just put peppermint on my hands, and it's, you know, I would be fine to rub my face at this point, but if you put it on your hands and then go rub your face immediately, you're going to have a bad time. So let's get into the oils themselves. So like I mentioned, the top 10 foundation oils comprise of 6 single oils and 4 essential oil blends, proprietary doTERRA blends. And I really, really firmly believe that no family should be without these tools, period. It may seem like, oh, well, I haven't had them so far and I'm fine, but it's amazing how quickly you come to lean on these tools once you have them and are empowered to use them and have proper education and resources. It's amazing. I can't even really remember my life pre oils. Okay, so the first one is lemon, and I left it upstairs. Here we go. No, I left it over here. So lemon, this is sourced in Sicily, and it's cleansing, it's uplifting, it's very fresh and a beautiful scent. Add it to a glass of water to naturally cleanse the body and aid digestion. Diffuse in a room to neutralize odors and elevate mood. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this out of the way. Okay. It's amazing for cleansing and purifying the air and surfaces. You can take it internally to assist with seasonal allergies. It's fantastic when paired with peppermint and lavender. So you could add it to a little bit of water, take that internally. You could make a roller ball and use it topically, or you can diffuse it, or you can do all three. There's no risk of like kind of overdoing it, which is nice. And it is amazing. It is amazing cleaner, removes any kind of sticky substance, residue, sticker residue, all that stuff that gets stuck behind that's super hard to clean that you might reach for your Goo Gone for. Try lemon. My son drew all over my Mac laptop with a black Sharpie, and lemon got it all off. It was amazing. I was shocked. And also not shocked because I've seen it do amazing things before. Lemon is also really amazing for coughs and colds, congestion, runny noses. So you can apply it to your chest, apply it to the soles of your feet to support your immune system and help you fight that, cough or cold that you have. This is a really gentle oil, so it's good for kids as well. I also love to use it combined with water and vinegar for windows and mirrors and shiny surfaces. I use a 50-50 ratio water to vinegar, and then maybe 10 drops of lemon in a spray bottle. And I also love it as a produce wash. So I'll fill the sink with water, add some vinegar, and maybe 10 drops of lemon, and soak all my produce for 10 or 15 minutes. And it just really helps break down the petrochemicals and the stuff that's on our food that normal rinsing doesn't necessarily get at. And I'm all about that. Next up is lavender, and I'm sure we're all familiar with lavender. I'm going to be honest, I was not a fan of lavender prior to being introduced to doTERRA. There's just something about the lavenders that I've smelled in the past that had sort of a hard edge. I found them kind of irritating, but this is very well-rounded, really soft, and kind of complex smelling. This is sourced in Bulgaria, along with rose and melissa and some other really beautiful floral oils. So you can take this internally to reduce anxious feelings. It's also fantastic in the diffuser or massaged onto your feet for the same purpose. It's fantastic for kind of preparing your body for sleep. Kids love it. I like to add a few drops to my Epsom salt bath in the evening just to kind of bring me down a couple notches. You can safely add this to your pillowcase. Just put a couple drops on your pillowcase directly, and you don't have to worry about staining because it's not actually an oil. So I'm going to do a little test. I put a drop there, as you can see, and once it dries, I'll show you what it looks like. There's nothing in here but pure amazing lavender awesomeness. Beyond being just super calming, it's amazing for the skin. It's kind of a Swiss Army knife and can wear a lot of hats. So rashes, burns, bug bites, mosquito bites, skin irritations, hives, all of those things, anything to do with irritation on the skin, eczema. Lavender is a beautiful oil for calming, mixed with some coconut oil, massaged into the skin or onto the area of concern. And not only is it a natural analgesic, so the pain and the itching will go away, but it's also very calming. So you'll notice the redness and the irritation will lessen dramatically as well. Bee stings, really great for bee stings. So this is something that I have with me in all times in the summer, you know, at this time of year, because you never know. With 2 kids, what's going to happen, right? And it's also, lavender is really beautiful for baking with. So lavender ice cream, or, you know, baking with a lavender flavor is really beautiful. Same with lemon. Salad dressings, wherever you would use fresh lemon, you could use this. You would just have to alter the amount, of course. So peppermint. Peppermint is what I was smelling earlier, and I absolutely love it. I relied on this very heavily for many, many months when my son was brand new, just for energy and uplifting of the mood. You can take internally to promote digestive health. You could also just use it topically, and you would feel the same effects. Internally is just a bit faster. Diffusing it in the morning to get the day started, or even in the afternoon when you kind of feel that lull, or you're feeling kind of low energy, promotes healthy respiratory function and clear breathing. So you can either use it topically on the chest, do what I did, inhale deeply from your hands, or take it internally just to calm the irritation on the inside. Helps cool the body. So in the summer it's beautiful, or if you're sick and running a bit of a fever, it's fantastic along the spines, on the soles of your feet, or even swiped across your forehead. And then it's an amazing headache relief. So if you are somebody that has, you know, suffers from headaches, frankincense and lavender is an amazing combination. Sorry, frankincense and peppermint, or peppermint and lavender, really quick relief. And it's kind of surprising, even for me, whose experiences, you know, I've experienced these benefits multiple times. Sometimes it happens and it's so effective. It's almost like, whoa, okay, wow, I could get behind this, you know? So on to tea tree. It's called Melaleuca in the US and tea tree in Canada, but it's same, just the Latin name versus the more common name. This is an awesome antifungal, disinfectant, antiviral. It's a fantastic all-purpose cleaner for the house. Really good for the skin, for cleansing, acne, cold sores. Also really good for rashes and you know, skin irritation, stuff like that. So I like to combine with any sort of skin stuff. My go-to combination is frankincense, lavender, and tea tree oil, because it kind of covers all the bases. It's disinfecting, it's calming, and it's healing. So that's kind of my go-to trio. Add 1 or 2 drops of tea tree to water to support support a healthy immune function. You could also apply it topically, diffuse to cleanse the air, apply to your feet and toenails, just to keep your nails healthy and clean. I like to keep a roller ball of tea tree in my the swim bag, my kids' swim bag, and we apply it to our feet after we swim and change, because, you know, warm, wet areas are breeding ground for bacteria. Yeah, I love to use tea tree specifically in the bathroom for cleaning. I usually mix baking soda, vinegar, and some tea tree in the toilet, and that's what I use to clean. It bubbles and Gets all that cleaning action while I'm cleaning the rest of the bathroom. But you could completely clean the bathroom head, top to bottom with tea tree oil. It's fantastic. Natural lice repellent also. I should mention that it's also part of our Terra Shield, which is the insect, like a bug repellent blend. So many uses, so many uses. Oregano is a bit of a powerhouse. So I'm sure you've all seen or used maybe oil of oregano. It usually comes in a bottle with a long dropper lid. So that is strong. And it's only 20% oregano oil. Typically the dilution is about 20% oregano oil and about 80% carrier oil. This bad boy is 100% oregano. So you definitely want to dilute it extra because it is considered a hot oil. So you want to dilute it much more than you would, say, lavender, for example. And if you're going to take it internally, you would want to consider using something like a veggie cap. This is just a vegetable gelatin capsule. You just put a couple drops of the oil in there and take it internally. That way you don't get any of the taste, any of the flavor in your mouth. It just goes right to work. So it's a powerful immune support, really good antibacterial, like really, really good, super effective. You can use it topically if you prefer to just support your immune system. If everybody around you is sick, break out the oregano. You can add to your favorite Italian dishes, for flavoring in the place of dried or fresh oregano. And it also has the added benefit of supporting healthy digestion and respiratory function. This one always surprises me, even though I know it and I've heard it over and over again, but oregano is very supportive to the respiratory system. So, this fall, I don't know about you guys, but there was that cough that was lingering. It just it was deep and it seemed to last for weeks on end. This was a really helpful tool for us. It's also really good for pain, joint pain, muscle pain. So dilute and massage into the area of concern. Frankincense. This is my desert island oil. I love it, and you can pretty much do anything with it. When in doubt, if you're ever unsure of what oil to use, just grab frankincense because it'll do the trick. If it doesn't solve your problem, it's helped you in many other ways. So at least you're better off than you were when you hadn't used it. So it's fantastic for the skin. It's anti-inflammatory. It's very regenerative. So it helps the skin do what it is supposed to do. Healthy cellular turnover. It reduces the appearance of skin imperfections, wrinkles, fine lines. It evens skin tone, scars, and imperfections like that. It really helps to minimize. I take a drop under my tongue every morning to support healthy cell function, cellular function, overall, just to regulate the overall inflammatory response of our body. And I also really like the kind of zen feeling that I get when I take it. It's super calming, very grounding. I like to imagine the trees that they get the frankincense resin from live in these very harsh climates. They're hundreds of years old. They have all this wisdom and this longevity and this inner strength to survive in this super harsh climate. And I feel like every time I take a little bit of frankincense, I'm kind of being imparted with some of that wisdom somehow. And I just love it. So if you are somebody who does yoga or meditation, frankincense is a really supportive oil kind of to pair with those two practices. It's also really good for all things skin. I mentioned immune support, gut health. The Egyptians use it as part of their beauty routine regime and also for gut health. So it's been around forever. I mean, frankincense and myrrh, its value has been known for a long time. And actually a lot of the anti-inflammatory medication out on the market these days is based on a component of frankincense called boswellia. So science knows too. They just can't patent nature, so they have to synthesize it in a lab. And it doesn't quite work the same way, On Guard is an amazing blend. So I've moved on to the blends here. This is a blend that is used in our house multiple times each and every day, whether it be in the cleaning products I'm using, or the hand soap, or the dish soap, or the diffuser, or in the immunity blend that I put on my kids in the morning before I send them off to school. It's kind of everywhere, and we are being protected in all those areas because we're using this. So it contains some of the world's highest antioxidants, which help fight free radical damage, which is, it's something that our body produces. I mean, it's kind of interesting because our body, through the production of ATP, which is our cellular energy, it produces waste, which is free radicals. But the damage that we are experiencing now from free radicals is all from external sources. It's from the food we eat. It's from the lifestyle we live. It's from the toxins we're exposed to on a daily basis, which are above and beyond what our body can handle. So On Guard really is amazing in so many ways. Supports healthy immune system, respiratory function, protects against environmental threats. My kids haven't had a sick day in quite a while. Cameron's in kindergarten and Leo's in preschool and 1 day of daycare. So he's exposed to lots and lots of kids, and so is she, and they're both healthy. It supports the body's natural antioxidant defenses, so it helps the body battle those free radicals, and it helps promote healthy circulation. There's lots and lots of studies going on right now that are proving its effectiveness against bacterial growth and killing of bacteria on surfaces, and some of those are going to be published very, very soon. There's been lots of amateur science experiments performed that prove it, but this is, real peer-reviewed, published studies I'm talking about here, which is super exciting. So just to go over this again, I use it topically on myself and my kids daily, maybe less than daily at this time of year because it's not as much of an issue, but definitely all fall, all winter, we are using it daily. It's part of our routine. We've got stools at our counter island, and I call it the oil station. The kids sit up there and we swipe their feet, or they do it themselves before they put their socks on. You can diffuse it, cleanses the air. We still reap the benefits. Really easy to make a simple spray with water and On Guard, and spray things like doorknobs, door handles, clean off your phone with it. They now have a hand sanitizer it's just On Guard. So you can clean other surfaces as well, which is pretty amazing. I have one in my car, one in my bag. Cameron takes one to school. We're covered. Okay, so the next blend is called, it's called Zengest in Canada, Digest Zen if you're in the US, and this is a digestive blend. It's got aniseed, peppermint, ginger root, caraway, coriander, tarragon, and fennel. So very supportive to the digestive system. Soothing, it's an antispasmodic, it's calming. So it really just helps support healthy digestion. You can take it internally, you can use it topically, depending on your preference. If I need to use it, I usually start using it topically and then move on to making a nice tea with it if I haven't found relief by applying it topically. So I'll just add a drop or two to a teaspoon of honey and add it to warm water and drink it that way. It soothes occasional stomach upset, gas, bloating, indigestion, heartburn, constipation, diarrhea. Air sickness is something I suffer from Every time I get on a plane, I'm nervous that I'm going to get sick, which is so not a good feeling. But I carry this with me 9 times out of 10 during the landing. You'll find me with a bottle of this stuck to my nose. And it helps. It really, really helps. It's also really good for sinus congestion, which I've just recently discovered. So you would just swipe it on the bridge of your nose and along your sinuses. If you have ear pressure, it's really good for that as well. It just really helps things drain. Really awesome for babies and kids. This oil was a lifesaver for my son Leo. He had major digestive issues just because he was premature. He just wasn't ready to be out in the world yet. So that was our lifesaver. That and lavender eased so much pain for him and for me too. Next up is Easy Air. It is called Breathe in the US, but Easy Air in Canada. And this is a blend that's all things respiratory. I love it. It not only physically clears your airways and eases coughs and just promotes clear and deep and easy breathing. It's very relaxing. I find it very calming. It's one of the oils I turn to when I'm feeling overwhelmed or a little bit anxious. I find it just reminds me to breathe deeply, which really helps. It promotes a restful night's sleep. Some of the oils in this are really, like I said, if I'm anxious, I reach for this. So it really just helps relax the body. And again, it helps minimize the effects of seasonal threats. It's also really good for snoring. I love it. I find it so, I just love it. I just love it. And last blend we're going to talk about is Deep Blue. This is a soothing blend, really soothing and cooling and simultaneously warming blend for muscle aches, pain, stiffness, tension, any of those things that you're suffering from. You can massage it into the area, and it is beautiful relief. I take it with me to when I go to my massage therapist and have her use it. It also comes in a rub. So this is, I would say this is the milder version of the two, the oil. This is like a A535 rub. So it's great for larger areas. And it works so well. It's magic, 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 magic. So if you have chronic pain or stiffness, this oil is definitely something that you will want to have handy. There's literally an oil for everything. You know, I'm still surprised. I've got books that detail all the different ways you can use these oils, and it's still surprising to me the amount of ways that you can use these oils. And like I said, I'm so grateful to have them in my life, and so grateful that I get to share them with other people. I love these little girls. I love that little picture. Too much wine last night? Never. But yeah, there's definitely an oil for everything. And the cool thing is every body is different. And so we each react to oils slightly differently. So say you have a headache and you try peppermint and you're like, nah, that didn't do it. But that leaves you open to trying other solutions like Deep Blue for your tension headache, or frankincense. And you know, there's just so many options and so many combinations that you can use to find relief for whatever it is that ails you. So that's all that I wanted to talk about in regards to oils specifically. But before I kind of wrap it up, I wanted to talk to you about really the building blocks of all wellness, and that is nutrition and supplementation. And fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your perspective, it's kind of become necessary to supplement because of the toxic load our body experiences and the effects that that has on the way we absorb nutrition and the way our body absorbs the vitamins and minerals. And also, it's a function of the fact that our food is just not nearly as nutritionally dense as it once was. There was a recent study done, and they compared uh, the nutritional breakdown of an orange from our grandparents' era to an orange current, like modern day. You'd have to eat 8 oranges today to get the nutritional density of an orange from our grandparents. That's kind of crazy. I mean, not only are we very busy, but it's not physically possible to eat enough food to cover all of our bases. So these supplements here were designed with that in mind. They're not meant to cover all the bases. They're meant to fill in the gaps. And what I mean by that is they're not mega dosed. You're not going to find crazy high doses of your vitamins and minerals. They are a baseline. They're meant to fill in the gaps. They're meant to really just give our body what it needs, with the idea that we're still trying to get a lot of our nutrition from our food. So I'm just going to go through these quickly, what they are, what they do in the body, etc. So the first one is Microplex VMZ, and these 3 come together in that pack to make it really, really easy. So Microplex VMZ, so that's vitamins and minerals. These are essential to pretty much every system and function in our body, proper vitamins and minerals. They are all based on the food matrix. So they come from food. Our body recognizes them. They're very highly bioavailable, which means our body readily absorbs them. There's in addition to all the vitamins and minerals like zinc and selenium and manganese and chromium and magnesium, you've also got a proprietary whole food blend with things like kale and broccoli and spinach and cabbage to really bulk up the density of these supplements. There's also an enzyme blend, which those digestive enzymes not only help us break down the food we're consuming, they help our body absorb the nutrients from that food. And then there's a tummy tamer blend, which kind of just helps, calm any upset that may happen. This is going to basically just help your body do, help aid your body in doing all the things that it does naturally, just in a more supported way. The Z Omega is your omega-3 supplement. And this is plant and marine-based omega-3s. There is the marine base is sustainably sourced, filtered like crazy, and certified by Friends of the Sea. It's mackerel, sardine, and calamari. There's EPA, DHA, ALA, SDA, GLA, all those acronyms. You're also going to find pomegranate seed oil and other antioxidants like astaxanthin, lycopene, and then there's a proprietary essential oil blend in here, which acts not only as a boost of antioxidants, but it acts as a natural preservative. So these are shelf stable, which is so convenient. You don't have to deal with any messy fish oils, which frankly are gross. They taste very fishy to me. This has no fishy taste, and it's super easy, super simple. Omegas in our body basically feed our brain. They nourish the sheaths that support our nerves. They help with healthy respiratory function, circulatory system, the cardiovascular system, our immune system, hair, nails, pretty much all the things, our skin, all function better when we are properly supplemented with omega-3s. And then this last supplement, the alpha CRS, is a cellular vitality complex. And this is basically a combination of a cellular longevity blend, an energy blend, which really, imagine taking a fire, this doesn't sound very nice, but imagine taking a fire hose to your body and basically putting out all the fires. And by fires, I mean areas of discomfort, inflammation, all the issues that we seem to chronically suffer from. This really just cleans everything out. And this is what's really going to make you feel amazing. I've taken supplements for years and years and years and not even really been able to tell a discernible difference until I started taking these immediately postpartum. And it was amazing, the difference in quality of sleep, energy levels, mental clarity. It was, the fact of how fast I healed from the trauma and the surgery and all that jazz. It was quite amazing. So you're going to find things like milk thistle, green tea, pomegranate seed extract, turmeric, curcumin, pine bark, alpha lipoic acid, coenzyme Q10, all the things that really support our body on a cellular level. So this is a good analogy. So if you are say you have a fish and the fish is sick, the first thing you do is you take the fish out and you clean out the fish bowl, right? You dump out the water, you clean out the bowl, you just get rid of everything. So that's what the alpha CRS does. It cleans out the fish bowl. And then once the fish is back in a clean bowl with clean water, fresh water, you feed it good food. You nourish it. You nourish those cells and organs back to health. And that's what the Microplex VMZ and the Z Omega are built to do. So these are amazing. They're actually doTERRA's #1 product. And I know that's kind of surprising. It surprised me, but it's true. And they feel so strongly about these supplements is that they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So take them for 30 days. And if you don't feel a difference, you can send them back and get your money back, which is pretty amazing. If you ask me, it's kind of a no-brainer. Okay, so that's all I have to say about those. Please, at any time, if you have any questions, pop it in the chat or feel free to unmute yourself. Like I mentioned, I'll leave space for a Q&A very soon, and we can answer your burning questions. So now how do I get started? How do you bring these oils into your home, into your life? And I'm going to be a little bit bold here and say that I honestly believe every household should have these oils. And I want so badly for you ladies to bring these into your home and start to experience the benefits that I have and my family has. It may seem like a little bit like, what do I do with them? I've never used them before. But once you get them into your home, it's amazing how your intuition just kind of kicks in and you know what to do with them. That paired with our education and the resources that our team provides, it's so cool. It's so awesome. So there's two options, retail or wholesale, and I'll kind of walk through show you what both of those look like. So with retail, you order what you like, you just pay retail pricing, which is the most expensive way to purchase. So if that's what you're interested in, reach out to me if I am the one who invited you, or if not, reach out to the person who invited you to watch this evening, and they'll help you. And the most popular way by far is to get yourself a wholesale account. Now this is works just like a Costco account. You basically purchase a membership and then you get to order all the products you want for 25% off. There's no obligation to reorder. There's no forced monthly ordering, none of that. It's your account. You can do with it what you will. Order once, order every month. It's up to you. That is $42 Canadian or $35 for the year. On your renewal date, you pay $30, but you get a bottle of peppermint for free, which pretty much offsets the cost. With your wholesale membership, you also get access to me, all of our team resources, education, and support. We've got a thriving community on Facebook and online of fellow oil lovers from all walks of life, you know, naturopaths, holistic nutritionists, chiropractors, moms, you know, corporate executives, you name it. And you also get tools that really do elevate your wellness, and they get delivered right to your door. Like, how nice is that? So you can purchase the membership and then just cherry pick the oils that really spoke to you. Or the easiest way, and like I would say the most popular way, is purchasing a starter kit. Now I haven't shown all of the options here. These are just the two most popular. So the Home Essentials Kit and the Essential Collection Kit contain all the oils that I was speaking about this evening. The Home Essentials Kit comes with the diffuser that you see beside me. And then all the oils are the 15 ml bottle, which is about 250 drops, with the exception of the Deep Blue, which is a 5 ml bottle. It's about 85 drops. So that's $330 Canadian. And then the Essential Collection Kit is $185, and it has all 5 ml bottles. Plus you get a couple of tubes of peppermint beadlets, which is basically a quarter drop of peppermint in a little beadlet, which you pop in your mouth. And it's like a breath freshener, energy lift on the go. I love them. They're so awesome. Yeah, so there is an amazing promotion this month. It ends on the 31st. It is, if you order the Home Essentials Kit, I'm just going to simplify. It's basically a 200 PV order. Each product has a point value attached to it. I'm just going to try and keep it simple. If you purchase the Home Essentials Kit from the US warehouse, you get this amazing bundle for free. You get the On Guard toothpaste, which I love, love, love. It is fluoride-free, triclosan-free, sugar-free. It uses xylitol for slight sweetening and also as a natural whitening agent. And you have the benefits of On Guard as well. You get the On Guard hand sanitizing spray. You get an extra 15 ml bottle of On Guard, so you can gets to clean in, and you get a 15 ml wild orange, which I haven't really talked about, but it's a beautiful citrus oil. It's the oil of abundance. So it's very uplifting. If you have any feelings of anxiety, or you're feeling down, low energy, wild orange is a really, really good one. It's also a beautiful oil for cleaning. Diffusing it with peppermint is one of my favorites. And then if you order from the Canadian warehouse, you get this beautiful anti-aging blend, and it combines some of the most powerful oils for your skin, for skin health: frankincense, sandalwood, helichrysum, rose, lavender. It goes on and on. This is about a $95 value, so it's a really good deal. Really nice freebie. It smells amazing. And just a little note on the two different warehouses. Us in Canada, we are able to choose which warehouse we order from. And right now the exchange is quite favorable in that we don't pay any taxes or duty on top of that, so it's all included. So when you consider like shipping and taxes on the Canadian side and shipping on the US side and exchange, it's very close, within a few dollars. So don't let that scare you. So yeah, this promotion is on until the end of the month. And then I also send out a welcome package, a little thank you and welcome to our community when you decide to get started. So that's always got tools to help you use your oils confidently and easily. We take care of you, that's for sure. So yeah, so now I would love to chat. If you have any questions for me, now is the time to ask them. I mean, if you feel more comfortable asking them offline, you can send me a private group message, or you can message me or email me. I think everybody has my email from when I sent the link. But yeah, if you have any questions at all, I'm super happy to help. Is there anything that you learned tonight that you were very surprised by? I'm really thirsty, apparently. Okay, well. Oh, awesome. Yay, what's your favorite oil, Jennifer? Ah, yeah, you and me both. I swear, if I could only have one oil, if that day ever happens where I have to just choose one, it would definitely be Frank. So yeah, me too, 100%. 100%. Okay, awesome. Well, I will let you all get back to your evening. I so appreciate you joining me. I hope you guys learned a little bit of something. And if you have any questions, please reach out to the person who invited you or send me a message, and I'm happy to help. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm also going to send out the recording, so keep an eye out for that. I'll probably send that tomorrow, so you guys can rewatch if you're so inclined. But yeah, thank you so much, and have an awesome evening. Bye.